Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. Just finished Tuesday, October 28th. And I thought I'd give you a little update. Daniel, if you recall, Friday missed 15 on his subtraction, then did it over and only missed 1. Well, Monday morning he came and he missed 19. So I thought we'll try that again. Set him down by himself. Set him down by himself and he missed 16. So it didn't work to set him by himself this time. I had to explain subtraction to him. And he tried it a third time. He missed 15. So then I sat with him and he got 100%. So that's going to be a challenge, isn't it? He can't do 13 minus 1 without someone sitting next to him. Not yet. It's his third day of school today. Today, by the way, he did fine on his subtraction. This was Monday. Tuesday he did fine. I think he missed 2 on the whole sheet. So we'll see where that's going to go. Now I've had the kids do an essay test today, very brief. Gave them about 10-15 minutes at the very most to write something or other on a subject. Caden and Cuman, I asked them to tell me about the leap year. What is the leap year? Anything you can remember about, anything. And they're allowed to use their notes and their notebooks. Now, they weren't taking this very seriously, but this is a forerunner of what we're going to do within about a week. We're going to have a serious 30-minute period where they need to fill up as much as they can on a notebook, telling me about something or other, or several things. 3 things I'll probably have questions about. It's an open note test. They're allowed to use their notes. So about Julius Caesar. Caden put about the leap year. Caden put Julius Caesar came up with the leap year in 46 BC. Julius Caesar put it into effect. Didn't come up with it though. He is a smart scientist, plural. On leap year you add an extra day on February. You misspelled February. And that's all I had to say about it. So, you add an extra day on February on leap year. Julius Caesar came up with it in 46 BC. And Julius Caesar is a smart scientist. No, we talk a lot about Greek scientists, so they sort of assume if he's Greek, he's a scientist. But this is 6 weeks into the year. So that was Caden's answer to the test. This is all just evidence because later on, you can come back and watch this video again, and I'll have them read their essays possibly later on, their essay answers. So here's Cuman's answer. Leap year was made by Julius Caesar. Unfortunately, he didn't give me the date. It's very good that Caden was able to find the date that it started. Cuman continues, every 4th year of time there is an extra day in February, you just put F-E-B period, but they were off by 5 hours and 48 minutes, but they rounded it up to 6 hours. It's got a little misunderstanding there. They treated it as a 6 hours, pardon me. So they were off by 12 minutes, because the real figure is 5 hours 48 minutes. So they treated it as 6 hours. That's what the leap year does. The Gregorian calendar fixed that, didn't it? But so that's pretty good. He did pretty good. Didn't get the date there. It was pretty good. If we gave him 20 more minutes, and if we really pressed him to prepare, he might do pretty well. Now Daniel, it's his 3rd day. We've reviewed Archimedes for 2 of the 3 days that he's been here. Now Daniel says about Archimedes, he is a smart guy. He likes to study things. He went to the library and he found a Greek book in the library and he ripped out a page and took it to his house. Now that last bit there is because we watched a movie on Archimedes, and I guess the only thing that Daniel picked up from the movie was when the British scientist in 1906 found a copied over manuscript of Archimedes' writings in the library in Constantinople, and he tore a page out and took back to Oxford or Cambridge University, and they studied it and stuff. And then it was finally resurfaced in the late 90s, I believe. And that's all he got out of that movie, I guess, that he was able to put down about Archimedes. So he says, Archimedes is a smart guy, he likes to study things. He went to a library and he found a Greek book in the library, and so on. So basically, nothing at all about Archimedes there. So this is the benchmark against which I'm working. Some people say this is terrible of me to talk about the students on here, but there's a dogma against talking about students' abilities and progress instituted by the public schools. And can you think of a reason why they wouldn't want to talk about a child's abilities? Can you think of a reason? Tabbitha and Brandon, for their portion while the others were doing a test, I gave Tabbitha and Brandon some words, and they had to write sentences for their words. One day, Cuman, I think it was, asked me, he said, do you know Greek? I said, no, I don't know Greek, because we always talk about the Greeks. Greek's very important. No, I don't know Greek. And so I got the Greek, my old Greek, elementary Greek text by Burgess and Bonner, 1907. I got this out to show them the Greek alphabet, and I read through the alphabet for them. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. That made him giggle, right? Well, that was a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And today, studying Archimedes, we come across mentions of upsilon and theta. Anyways, in this show about Archimedes. So, and the kids are just curious about it. It's a natural, easy step for them right now to learn a little bit about Greek. I asked the kids, should we learn Greek? I was just joking. And Cuman thought it was a silly question. He thought, of course we should learn Greek. What he was upset about is why wasn't I going to be able to teach him Greek? Of course he needs to learn Greek. What a silly question. Geez, did the Greeks have a language? He needs to learn it. Come on. So, we can't do much. I don't even have time to try. But I had them all copy the Greek alphabet down, and I don't know. I think this is Roman numerals. We'll see where it goes. If anyone out there knows Greek quite well and would like to teach Greek to students, I've got a school that will have students thirsty for Greek. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But we've given them the alphabet. We run through the alphabet. And you know, I put it to Mozart's little Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Oh, how about this? We do the alphabet in English, don't we? And the first letter of the Greek alphabet is alpha. The alphabet. Second letter of the Greek alphabet is beta. Alphabet. 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 That's where we get our word for alphabets. First two letters of the Greek alphabet. Alphabeta. So, that was a connection that Cuman found engrossing. He loved that. It's almost a recipe for failure, someone might say. First grader, second grader, third grader, fourth grader, and a fifth grader in a classroom together. You know, it's the start of a bad joke. That's the end of the crow epistemology. One more is over the edge, and then I have to start grouping. But I'm already grouping. On to the last little story I think I have to tell you about the last few days. Cuman and Caden, I have decided, as of this morning, will learn math together. I will keep them together as one unit. Cuman protests a little bit now and then. Every time we introduce a new concept, his head nearly falls off, and then I explain it, and he smiles and laughs because he's like, that's easy, and then he does the whole page. Every time. Hopefully sooner or later he'll get used to the idea that it's not that big of a deal. He doesn't have to have his head fall off every time. This morning when I gave Caden his addition and subtraction